Cooley. Thanks for checking out my instructional CD-ROM for Chops from Hell. Today I'm going to be covering a series of licks and ideas that I've used in various guitar clinics and columns and whatnot. Before we get started, I'm going to go through an exercise system developed to help you get better at your legato playing. It's called the legato workout. So let's get started. First off, we're going to be starting with a half-step shape, a shape that you use with just 2 fingers. And the first pattern is like this. What you want to do is you want to take this shape and you want to ascend and descend in every position of the fretboard. All the way up the fretboard, all the way up to that'd be the 23rd fret, and then back down and go to the next finger variation. So the finger variations for half step are going to be 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and 3 and 4. So let's check out the next variation. The next variation is going to be for fingers 2 and 3. And then you just move it up. And continue it all the way up to fretboard and back. Okay, so next variation is going to be fingers 3 and 4. Okay, alright, on to the next shape. The next shape is going to be whole steps, and you want to use fingers 1 and 3. Okay, the next common fingering for this would be 2 and 4. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 and 2. Okay, and then we have 2 and 3, which is really starting to stretch. So with some of these wider stretch shapes, you might want to move up the fretboard to find a more comfortable fret and spacing, and then work your way down to the widest stretch on the fingerboard. This one's even a pain for me. Okay, and yet one more. This is going to be fingers 3 and 4 doing a whole step. That's pretty tough too. Alright, now we're going to move on to a whole step and a half shape. So first of all, we're going to start with fingers 1 and 4. Okay, and then 1 and 3. And then 2 and 4. Okay. Next, we're going to go to 2 whole steps, or a major third shape. Okay, and by the way, if you have a 7-string guitar, you just add the low B to it. Okay, the next shape is just going to be to go a half step larger. Yes, one more. One's pretty massive. You might want to move up for that one. So that would be like... And then we're going to go one more. fretboard for that one. Okay. And I think that concludes all of the 2-note per string shapes. So we're going to move next to 3-note per string shapes. So the first one is going to be half step, whole step. Okay, and then we're going to do that one with fingers 1, 2, and 3. And then fingers 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and moving right along, we've got the whole step, half step shape. Fingers 1, 3, and 4 being the most common. Okay, and then we're going to do the same shape again with fingers 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to finish off that pattern with fingers 2, 3, and 4. Okay, the next pattern is going to be whole step, whole step. Now the two most common approaches for whole step is fingers 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 4 is by far the easiest one for me, just because it's easier for me to get a whole step between these two fingers than it is between these two fingers. So we'll start with the easier one, at least for me. So it's all whole steps. And remember, the general rule with legato is 1 pick per string or less. So if you've noticed, when I play these exercises, that I only pick when I ascend. When I descend, my pinky or my pull-offs are strong enough that I don't have to pick at all, and you know that lends itself to a truer legato sound. You know what I mean? Because legato is supposed to be smooth and flowing, so the less attack, the better. All right, next finger variation is going to be 1, 3, and 4. Okay, and then we move on to some more difficult variations on this one, which would be 1, 2, 3. And the last one being 2, 3, and 4. That's pretty tough. Okay, the next shape is going to be whole step and a half whole step. Okay, this lends itself more to a pentatonic type idea. So. Okay, another finger variation is going to be 1, 2, 3. Now this one's pretty difficult, as you can see. So here we go. And then 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and as you can see, you know, that one is, you know, even my playing's a little bit sloppy with that, but that's the beauty of the legato workout. No matter how good you get, you can always use this. There is no such thing as outgrowing it. I suppose you might outgrow it if you can do every one of these perfect and at the same tempo on the metronome at like the first fret, where you're doing something really crazy like that. And some of these patterns you're probably thinking, you know, why would you ever want to do a variation like that? Well, you need this finger combination. Like if you're doing a 4-note per string idea, you might find this finger variation like in a 4-note per string like pentatonic idea, or any kind of 4-note per string intervallic idea. You will be doing this shape somewhere. It might not be this low on the fretboard. You might be a little bit higher up, but nonetheless, if you can develop the technique, it's only a beneficial thing. You can't go wrong with having the ability to do this here. It will only help. I think that was it for that one. So let's look at the next shape. The next shape is whole step and a half. So we're going to start with fingers 1, 2, and 4. And then we go to fingers 1, 2, and 3. It's kind of sloppy, but it's all right. And then we get fingers 2, 3, and 4, which I'm going to do this one real slow. All right. Next shape is a half step, whole step and a half shape, which looks like this. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do the opposite, whole step and a half, half step. The next few shapes we're going to be doing are going to be different variations on triads, being diminished triad, 1 flat 3 flat 5, major triad, 1 3 5, minor, 1 flat 3 5, and so on. So the first shape we're going to look at is going to be diminished. So this again is the whole step and a half, whole step and a half. Here we go, the diminished shape with fingers 1, 2, and 4. Okay, and now you can also do this with fingers 1, 3, and 4, which is definitely more difficult for myself. And you can also do it with fingers 2, 3, and 4, which, I think I'm going to move up a little bit further. Painful. All right. The next shape is going to be minor triad on single strings. Okay, you can use fingers 1, 2, and 4. All right. The next shape is going to be major. So let's take a look at that. Okay, the next shape that we're going to do is going to be sus2, and it's going to be fingers 1, 2, and 4. Okay, next shape is sus4. Alright, and the last shape, I believe, of the 3-note per string stuff is going to be augmented. So this one's a real doozy. It's 2 major thirds. And those sound cool no matter where you do them. Alright, the next shapes we're going to be looking at are going to be 4-note per string shapes. So we're going to start with whole step, half step, whole step. So that looks something like this. And here we go. Okay, next shape is half step, whole step, whole step. Alright, whole step, half step. Okay, the next shape is going to be half step, whole step, half step. Okay, and the next shape is half step, whole step and a half, half step. Okay, the next shape we're going to do is whole step, whole step and a half. And it goes like this. Alright, next shape is whole step, whole step, whole step. Okay, so we got all the whole steps. Move that one down, it gets pretty scary. Okay, now we got whole step and a half step, whole step. Alright, big fun, man, big fun. Your hand ought to be definitely getting good and warmed up by now, or incredibly sore. Now we're going to continue on with the conclusion of the legato workout with 4-note per string patterns that lend themselves to pentatonic ideas. So for those of you who brave the dreaded 4-note per string pentatonics, these next 4 patterns will definitely help you there. So the first one we're going to do is whole step and a half, whole step, and we're definitely going to stick in the higher end of the fretboard. So whole step and a half, whole step, whole step. Okay, and now we go to whole step, whole step and a half. Okay, and then we've got whole step and a half, whole step. This one is probably one of the most difficult ones because you have to get that whole step and a half or a minor third between your middle 2 fingers, and that's a complete pain, as you will soon see or feel. Alright, so here we go. Whole step and a half, whole step. Okay, and the final one is going to be whole step and a half, whole step and a half. So we got whole step and a half, whole step and a half. Alright, that concludes the legato workout. Good fun. fun, man. You can just sit around playing those symmetrical shapes all day. It's completely amusing. Alright, and if you guys are still with me after all of that, it's actually time to get into the licks, man. The lick section is going to cover arpeggios, sweeping, tapping, 3-note per string, 4-note per string, legato, just about every technique the modern guitarist should know. And the cool thing about these techniques is, it doesn't matter what style of music that you play. This is beneficial to all guitar players because technique is something that all guitar players need, no matter what you play or what you're into. So today we're going to start with some sevenths, some 3-string seventh arpeggios. And for those of you that are just getting started with sweep picking, I think these are some pretty good shapes to use because the picking is so straight ahead. For the 3-string shapes, we're just going to use one down pick across 3 strings, and then we're going to use one up pick to come back across. So we're going to start with an A major 7. So that looks something like this. You're going to pick down, 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 up, up, up. Now the thing that makes the shape work out this way is that when you ascend, you're doing one pattern, and when you descend, you're doing a completely different pattern. So this is it's pretty cool. So again, and I finished that one off with a descending A major sweep, which we'll probably talk about some of that stuff later. Okay, moving right along, the next arpeggio is A minor 7. It's the exact same concept, it's just minor 7 instead of major 7. So here we go. Okay, A minor 7 flat 5. And A dominant 7th. And the last one is A diminished 7th. You can kind of play all of these together too and get a pretty cool, unique sound. That was a few of them just tied together, all based on A. The next lick is going to be diminished arps. Again, same 3-string idea, except we're just going to be ascending with these. And if you know anything about the diminished arpeggio, it inverts in minor thirds. And so let's check it out. So that's all you're going to be doing with it. You're just going to be, up, down, 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 up. And then we move it up a minor third, or a whole step and a half, same thing. And I think that's about all as farther I wrote it out in the tab, but what you can keep doing is you just keep moving it up every whole step and a half. And you can go back down. Okay, big fun with arpeggios. Alrighty, next we're going to get into some minor shapes. I'm going to look at 4 different patterns that I use for minor arpeggios, and then we're going to do a few type arpeggio licks or something like that. If you want to call it a lick or a sequence or whatever. Anyway, here's A minor arp shape. This shape's kind of a pain because you have a 3-string bar with your index finger. I don't know about you, but I like to stay away from arpeggios that have a lot of barring in it because it's harder for me to get the notes that are barred clean. Okay, and that's the whole idea with arps. You want to get them clean and each note separate and individual. Anyway, so here it is one more time with the exact picking. You're going to go up, down, 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 up, pull off, up, sorry, down. Okay, next shape starts on the 5th string, 7th fret. You're going to start with an up pick, down on 12, down, 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 up, pull off, up, and that thing on the top was just kind of a additional like sequence that I did. I would come back down to the 3rd string and then go back up and then completely descend. Kind of like doing that. It's kind of like a Becker thing. And there's an additional like this, not in the tab. All right. Next shape, it's going to be 5th string, 12th fret. Okay, and last shape is going to be 6th string, 5th fret. This is kind of an extended pattern. We're kind of combining the first 2 notes of number 7 with the rest of the number 8 pattern. So you end up with something like this. It's a pretty cool shape. All right, first arpeggio sequence or lick. Number 11. This is a sequence that I actually use in one of my tunes called Peace of Mind. Here goes. You're going to start on the 1st string, 8th fret by picking and then hammering on the 12. So pick, hammer, and then you don't pull off, you just pick back to 8. So pick, hammer, pick, up, 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 up. Now you repick A with an up pick and hammer on. You repick A with a down pick and then you hammer on the 15. So that's pretty cool. Alrighty, for lick number 12, it's going to require a change of clothes and a change of scenery to make these licks come off just right. So, number 12 is an A minor arpeggio, sweep picking, a little bit of legato, and here it is slow. Okay, number 13. Here's a pretty cool idea. This combines patterns number 7, 8, and 9. You ascend up 7, descend down 8, and ascend 9. That's pretty cool. And you kind of move that around. Alright, pretty hip. Alright, now, number 14. This combines, geez, just a ton of A minor shapes. Here we go, number 14, slow. I think I'll leave it at that. Alright, now on to some major arpeggios. We're going to kind of go through the same shapes that we went through for the minors, but for majors, they're equivalents. Alright, so number 15. Okay, number 16. 17. And number 18. Lick number 19 is putting all those G major arpeggio shapes together into a big finale lick. Number 19, up to speed. Arpeggio lick number 20. This is a sequenced G major arpeggio. So let's check it out. Here comes number 21. This is a really hip arpeggio. It kind of creates a G7 flat 9 altered dominant sound. I would use this over a Phrygian dominant progression, and if you're not sure what Phrygian dominant is, it is mode 5 of harmonic minor. Okay, so I'd use it over that type of chord progression. So here's number 21, slow. And here's the picking for it as well. Up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. That was really hip. I like that one. Number 22 is the same tonality, but it's a descending idea. Here we go, slow. And that is pretty much all the arps. So let's get ready for the next section. All right, now we're into some legato stuff. So lick number 23 is a G major legato type idea. Kind of combines it a couple positions. So here we go, number 23, slow. Number 23, fast. Number 24. This is another extended G major idea. This time we go way up the fretboard. So here it is. Notice the picking too. Watch, check this out. Pick, 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 pick. So the only time you actually pick on this lick is you pick the first note of each string. So, on to number 25. This is kind of an A harmonic minor multiple element kind of idea. And the reason I call it multiple element is because it's not strictly A harmonic minor. I'm using notes out of the A harmonic minor scale as well as notes from the A Hungarian minor scale. And it kind of starts with more of an arpeggio, A minor arpeggio type shape. And you get a lot of just different tonalities, kind of, not different tonalities, but you just get a lot of nice sounds. It's my best description out of this one. So let's check it out slow. Number 26, this is an E minor pentatonic idea. Legato once again. Here we go. Number 27, F sharp minor pentatonic. This is also a 3-note per string pentatonic idea, and it's kind of extended. We're really moving up the fretboard on this one, so we go through several different positions. Number 27, slow. All right, now 27 up to speed. Notice the only time I pick on this one too is when I ascend. Generally, when I'm doing legato stuff, the only time I pick is the first note of each ascending string. Okay. Number 28. This is kind of a multiple element idea. Also, this is E minor pentatonic combined with an E minor arp. Now I have to thank shred god virtuoso Derek Taylor because the first half of this lick I learned from him. And I just kind of added on and tacked on a E minor arp to the end of it, and I thought it sounded pretty hip. So thanks, Derek. You ruled, buddy. Here we go. Slow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that this one includes some tapping. Tapping T2 and T3, which is also another Derek Taylor idea. So you basically... You know, I don't really even think of these ideas as tapping, because tapping to me is the good old, the woodly Eddie Van Halen kind of stuff. I think of these as more as extensions of your left hand. They're rolls. Anyway, here it is one more time, slow. No tapping, no picking at all. When you descend. I think I picked the first one. Okay, actually I didn't pick the first note. Anyway, you can pick it if you like. Okay, speaking of picking, we're going to get into some picking ideas now. Number 29 is a sequenced 3-octave D minor scale a la Paul Gilbert. Number 30 is a 3-octave E natural minor run, descending 6s. Okay, let's check it out. Number 31 is a 3-octave A minor alternate picking run as well that combines 6s and 12s. And here's what I mean by 6s and 12s. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. And now for lick number 32. This is an alternate picking A minor run. Check it out. Slow. And fast. Let's see. I actually use part of this in one of my tunes called The Butcher, so any of you that have heard this before, you might recognize it. It's just an alternate picking thing, sequence thingy, call it what you will. Check it out, here it is slow. On to number 34. This is a B Mixolydian idea, and it's using the sequence of sevens. Number 35. This is some add 2 arps. And what are add 2 arps? Add 2 are major arpeggios with the 2 added in. And I would use this over an E mixolydian tonality. Here's number 35, fast. Okay, number 36. In this lick, I'm combining major add 2s and minor add 4s, and along with a good old-fashioned one-finger tap. Number 36, slow. Number 37, this is a 4-note per string D minor sequence. You can pick this or legato, whatever you like. Number 38 is a 4-note per string. Actually, it's a 3 and 4 note per string combination pattern. And the way I came up with this lick is when I first started working on 4-note per string stuff, or anybody that does will quickly notice that if you're doing a 4-note per string scale, you can't go straight across the fretboard because you get a unison note every time you change strings. So this was a sequence that I came up with to avoid the unison note. Okay, so here it is slow. Number 39, this is another 3 and 4 note per string combination on a G major scale. Alright, number 40. Here's a 4-note per string A minor idea. Number 41, this is a cool way you can kind of sequence that idea, get a little bit more out of it. Number 42, here's another 4-note per string A minor idea. And if you wanted to, you could actually combine number 41 and 42 together to come up with this lick. That's kind of cool. So next lick is number 43. This is an E minor 4-note. Actually, it's a 6-note per string idea. You're going to do four notes in your left hand and 2 notes in the right hand via T2, T3 tap. All right, here we go. Number 44 is a pretty cool A minor idea. It combines 2 notes on the left hand and 2 notes on the right. Number 45 is a 4-note per string D minor alternate picking idea. Alright, number 46 is a unique way of getting a 3-octave D minor run. It's 4 notes in the left hand and 2 notes in the right hand. On the 6th string you only do 4 notes, and then on 5, 3, and 1 you do 4 on the left and 2 on the right. And it goes like this. Number 47, slow. Alright, number 48, the dreaded number 48, man. This is an A major 4-note per string pentatonic. You could also use this over F sharp minor too, if you wanted to. Here we go, slow. Alright, number 49 is a G Mixolydian idea. 4 notes per string also. And here is number 50, G Mixolydian idea as well. Alright, that concludes the lesson. I'd like to thank Chris at Chops from Hell for giving me this opportunity. Thanks, bud. I'd also like to thank Jackson Guitars and Seymour Duncan Pickups. Thank my beautiful wife and kids for all the support throughout the years. And thank a lot of the guitar players that inspired me and helped drive me to this level of insanity. You know, from Randy Rhoads, Yngwie, Vi, Becker, Gilbert, Derek Taylor, Todd Duane, Sean Lane, Alan Holdsworth, and many, many more. Thanks, and see ya. I think that was it.